52 weeks, 52 blocks. Here's week number 2. Well, after last week's debacle and epic meltdown, and I got all this fabric to sew, but Jack left me. I need to redeem myself. So this week we're doing another block that has a whole bunch of half square triangles. So let's get rolling. I need to redeem myself this week, so we're doing another block that involves a whole ton of half square triangles. But this time, I have a magic elixir. That's good. Don't worry guys, this is really cranberry juice. No, seriously, it is. I had a friend who was shopping at Costco and he bought 2 or actually 4 of those big containers of cranberry juice, and he said, hey, I'm not going to drink all of this, you want some of it? And I'm like, sure. Now let's take the magic elixir and let's get this block started. So good. So we are going to do the 8 at a time half square triangle method, and what I got here is these are 4 5-inch squares, and we're going to turn these to 2-inch half square triangles. And to do that, we're going to be marking the wrong side of the fabric, and I'm going to be drawing a line from the diagonal corners, and I'm just using a regular mechanical pencil here. You can use your marking tool of choice, and I'm just going to draw a diagonal line from corner to corner. And what we're going to be doing is this line is going to be a guide to sew, and we're going to be sewing a 1/4 inch away from this center line. And again, I'm just using a regular pencil. You can use the marking tool of your choice, and I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up, but so here's the diagonal line, and we're going to sew a 1/4 inch away from each, or on both sides of the line. There's another diagonal line here, and we're also going to sew a 1/4 inch away from here. So let's go to the sewing machine. So we are here at the front of the sewing machine, and I'm going to put right side, a little stray. I'm going to put right sides of the fabrics together. I'm going to line it up, and we are going to sew 1/4 inch away from this center line here on both sides of the fabric. So here we go. Let's put the fabric under our machine, and this sewing foot is actually exactly 1/4 inch away from the sewing needle here and the edge of the foot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line that diagonal line right up on the edge of the sewing foot, and I'll get myself situated here, and we can start sewing. So right off the fabric, and I'm going to lift it up, spin the fabric around, line it up, and we're going to go down the other way. Whoops, I think I need to pull it a little bit more. There we go. Line the fabric up and start sewing again. I'm going to sew off the fabric, and I'm just going to sew onto a piece of scrap here. And we can cut this off, and we'll do the other side, same thing, 1/4 inch away from that center line. Spin it around. Now this machine actually does have a knee lift, but the knee lift is right in the way of the camera, so I can't use it. So here we go. Last thing for now. We'll sew right off and onto this scrap piece of fabric. Cut it off. Now, time to cut. So I am back here at my cutting mat, and now I got a little small cutting mat here so I can actually turn it, or turn the block without lifting it up and off the mat. What we're gonna do is, this is a 5-inch square, so we're gonna cut it in half vertically here, and it should be 2.5, and when we cut it, it should go right through that center point there that we marked. So we're going to cut it vertically, and we're going to carefully lift the ruler up, making sure that we didn't move any of the fabric. We're going to turn it 90 degrees, and we're going to cut it again at 2.5. And I'm looking here at the side, at the bottom here, and then making sure that the ruler goes right through the center. And we're going to cut it again, and we're going to carefully lift up the ruler again, and this time we're going to cut it diagonally from corner to corner, basically right on that line that you drew earlier. Put it there, and I'm going to turn it so that it shows, and this is the final cut. Try not to move your fabrics, and we will cut it one last time. Then, before you know it, you got 8 half square triangles. Now it's time to square up these triangles to 2 inches. I got a little bit of a trick to squaring up these triangles. You can use this technique on basically any triangle that you want. Where is my ruler? And for this, you're gonna want a ruler that's about as close as to the size of triangle that you're gonna cut out. Now, I'm gonna square these up to 2 inches. And so I actually got a 2.5 inch ruler here. Now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna take the 2 inch line here, match it to the seam line that is going diagonally across, and I'm also going to take a look at the 2 inch line here, and I'm going to put that right on the seam line. Notice that I do have the triangle pointing up and to the right, and since I'm right-handed, that's the orientation I'm going to go in, and I'm going to cut it here and cut it here. Whoops, catch that thread. Then I'm going to turn the triangle down so that the point is facing down to the left. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the ruler, or line up the fabric right on that 2 inch mark. And I can cut my dog ears here and here, so that when we open up and we press the seams, we got a nice half square, 2 inch half square triangle. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these here, and we'll be right back. Well, actually, let me just do it again. So again, I'm lining up the 2 inch mark here, right on that seam, and I have to move it up because I also have to match up the 2 inch mark here. And that's pretty good. So let's cut it there and cut it there. Then I'm going to turn it around again. And this time I'm going to line the fabric, or line it up right on that 2-inch mark. Making sure it's clear here and it's good there. Now we can cut off the dog ears. And then again, when we open it up, it's a nice 2-inch half square triangle. You know, I always wondered what to do with these scraps, these little stray pieces that come off. I mean, they're too thin and too small to put into a quilt. They make good confetti though. Whee! Oh crap, now I gotta clean all that up. Why'd I do that? You know, I know some people actually use these little small shredding pieces and they use it as stuffing. I know one gal, she actually keeps a pillowcase, you know, somewhere close to her cutting table, I believe. And you know, with all these little scrap pieces that she cuts off, she just puts it in that pillowcase and eventually it gets full. So she just sews one seam across the top, just does a top stitch, and next thing you know, you got a pillow. Kind of a smart idea. Maybe I'll do that too. I just hate to throw even these tiny, small little trimmings away. I think it can be useful for something. Okay, we'll start a pile. Do not throw that away, because you know I will. And 5 minutes later, here's what happens. Let me clean off the table and reset. Oh shoot, I was supposed to save that. Oh well, forget that idea. Anyway, time to lay the blocks out. But first we gotta press the seams. We got the block laid out, and it's time to sew our rows together and our blocks together and make this block happen. But before we continue, a sip of the magic potion. That's good stuff. You know, why do I keep working with these small, teeny tiny blocks? I mean, it's not like I enjoy sewing this small. I like big blocks, and I will not lie. But a lot of people have been asking, Eric, where can I get the pattern for this quilt? And truth be told, guys, I'm just making this up as we go. Again, the point of this was to just sew for a change. You know, there's times where when I get home, I'm just so exhausted from putting in such a long day that I don't make it in my quilting room. So yeah, I thought this was a good incentive to just get in here. You know, I'm glad that people want to sew along. And so if you want to sew along, just grab fabrics from your stash and just make the same block that I am. And again, I'm just going up or making this up as we go along. So there's no pattern, there's no rhyme or reason to it. That's kind of how I operate when it comes to quilting. I just make it up. If I don't understand it, make it up and make it work. This is what happens when you live in the city. You know, there's noises that are gonna be distracting, so you just live with it. You know, it's a little weird to actually be sitting here at my machine and just talking to the camera like it's somebody. No, of course I know you guys are on the other side, but I gotta admit, it's a little weird. I got this Alexa device here, and a lot of times I'm actually watching movies or catching up on TV shows. I don't know if you could actually see that, but I do have an Alexa device here where it's really funny because a lot of these devices, well, they talk back at you. Watch this. Alexa, what's my name?
I'm not sure who's speaking, but you're in Eric's account.
How do you not know who I am? After I feed you, after I take care of you, clean you, bathe you, you are not my child. Right now I'm just working my way through the Golden Girls again. If I were a Golden Girl, who would I be? I think I would be a mixture of Sophia and Blanche. Sophia, because she has no edit button. And Blanche, because she's fun. Who would you be? Or which Golden Girl would you be? Let me know in the comments. Okay, we are ready to sew. Wait a minute, I better get a refill of that magic elixir before I start making mistakes again. Now I know somebody's gonna say that they don't believe me, so I wanted to pull this out. Guys, it is cranberry juice, okay? Cheers. Okay, back to the sewing. And I have redeemed myself. I am so happy with this block now. Of course, the points don't exactly line up, but hey, like I said before, perfection is overrated. So I'm glad I put myself through this. Now, I am done with the half square triangle for, well, not forever, but I won't be doing that for a while. I'm tired of these half square triangles. But at least this week I had a little help with the magic elixir. So if your points don't line up, or if you have problems with a half square triangle, it does help. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to this channel, and click the bell for notifications on when I upload the next video. Well, stay tuned because week 3 is on its way. Now I realize that a lot of people are actually joining me on this challenge. So if you are sewing along with me and you have an Instagram account, post up a picture, put it to hashtag THC5252 and let everybody see what you're up to. Or put it on Facebook at Treasure Heart Creations. See you next week and go create something.